This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
The real Chris Hughes wants to know, what is your opinion of Michael Cole and his contribution to the business? And I think that's a fun, interesting question because, Arn, there's so many fans who are just negative on Michael Cole. And if I'm honest with you, I kind of feel bad for him because, first of all, he's in the Steve Young position. Steve Young, once upon a time, was given the unenviable task of trying to follow Joe Montana. And make no mistake, Jim Ross was the Joe Montana of WWE. So he's in there now and fans don't want him. They want Jim Ross, but at the same time, he's got a madman barking orders in his ear, but that guy's paying him a lot of money. So he's going to say what he needs him to say, and fans don't always like it. But I imagine that everyone who knows Michael Cole, in real life shares that same opinion. I don't know Michael Cole. I just know the circumstance just sort of sucks, but you worked with him. What can you tell us about Michael Cole?
Well, you better start with, what is he following? You can't follow JR and King.
No.
They had an act that went on for a long time, and it was featuring each other to the 10th power. One played off the other. They were great together. I mean, fantastic together, and still are fantastic. And they are, if you're calling wrestling matches, there's nobody better. Now, Michael Cole is stuck in that hot seat, and he's not allowed to call the match.
Right.
He's not saying, oh my God, hip toss. Oh, he's climbing, superplex, block. Oh, belly bump off the top. Jesus Christ, that's it. None of that is what they're interested in. They're out here banging heads, they being the talent, and he's talking about short stories and everything else that he's fed. Guys, understand, Michael Cole is a good announcer, and that's a very difficult job. I know myself. It is a very difficult job. And when you're being fed a thought right in the middle of you having your own thought, can you imagine how much pressure is involved there?
Right.
So I think he does a very good job. I think he's very professional. He could call a wrestling match very well if he was just left to his own devices. But there are so many things that no one understands or sees or hears that go into that. And if you're getting screamed at and cussed over that headset, imagine how rattling that might be. It's a no-win situation when every single thing that goes on is micromanaged. Hire a group of pros, hire the best there is, you can afford it, and then let them do what they all do, as far as their job description, whether it's wrestling, announcing, setting up the ring, lighting, all that stuff. You have the best in the world as far as a budget to hire all these guys. Do it and let them do their job.
Go check out The Beast in the East on WWE Network. I think that's one of the rare times where we got to hear Michael Cole actually call wrestling without Vince in his ear telling him to push something. And you have to appreciate, the attitude there from Vince, I'm sure, is, hey, the way we communicate with our audience is through Michael Cole. So if we've got something to sell, if we need to sell a pay-per-view, sell merchandise, sell a storyline, sell a sponsor, Michael Cole is the guy. But you can hear him actually call wrestling in Beast of the East, and that's from 2015. I think Finn Balor wrestled Kevin Owens there for the NXT Championship, and Brock Lesnar worked with Kofi Kingston, and Chris Jericho was with Neville. It's a good show, but you actually get to hear him call wrestling. And to Arn's point, he does a great job. We just aren't lucky enough to get to hear it often enough. DX927 wants to know, JJ Dillon had a cup of coffee in the WWF in '84 as a wrestler. Let's imagine a scenario where he sticks around and becomes a manager. Because of this, Bobby Heenan might have actually wound up in JCP. Could he have been the manager of the Four Horsemen? And would this have made the group better, worse, or just different?
I would not be foolish enough to say Bobby Heenan could not do anything.
Right.
And, if JJ, things being the way they were, JJ was a very polished speaker. He looked good. He dressed up well. He covered the subject matter well. He was very knowledgeable. He was a great manager. Bobby Heenan was a character and almost like having another partner in the corner. He was so animated. He was so quick-witted. He just knew what to do, and he got around out there on the ring, so it appeared he was almost in the match, but he wasn't. Those guys would have been good at whichever company they landed with, and any time that they landed there. They were just so good. Totally different. Bobby Heenan, I've said before on record, is the most quick-witted guy with one-liners that I've ever seen. Say anything you want to Bobby Heenan, he's got a joke coming right back at you before you get it out of your mouth. J.J. Dillon on the other side, wonderful human being, one of my dearest friends to this day in the business, funny in his own right, sharp-witted in his own right, but just different from Bobby. So they would have been successful no matter what they did.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.